Tzedakah, my dear friends, and we are in the second book of the Torah, which is called Shmois. Shmois meaning names. Although in English they call it numbers, I'm not going to go into the history how this became numbers, but the Hebrew name is Shmois. And we have spoken about the importance of the Jewish names. And as such, I would like to go back one more time to the Alter Rebbe, who yesterday was his Yortzeit, and analyze a little bit his names. Because as we had mentioned, and as we know, giving a name to a child is a prophetic power, a prophetic insight that God gives directly to the parents to choose the proper name. And even if they don't know the meaning of it, the prophecy is still true. And what it means is that the name is indicative of the character of the person. The name is the channel by which the godly energy goes through. The formation of those letters is the source of life. So the Alter Rebbe, his parents named him Schneur Zalman, after a grandparent. But there is more than just a hook where to hang on the name to, so to say. It is about who the Alter Rebbe really is himself. He's also known as the author, the Baal HaTanya, and the Baal HaShulchan Aruch Harav. The Baal, the master, the owner of the Tanya, the author of the Tanya, and the author of the Shulchan Aruch, of the Code of Jewish Law. Now, there's a commonality between the two names that his parents gave him and the names that eventually became up by what he had accomplished. Schneur, and as actually was told by the Baal Shem Tov, that his soul is going to bring two lights into the world. The light of halacha, the light of Jewish law, which he accomplished through the writing of the Shulchan Aruch, of the Code of Jewish Law, and the light of Chassidic teachings, which he was the first one after the Maggid, after the Baal Shem Tov, to spread the teachings on levels that was way beyond the previous two generations. So this is the Shnei Or, the two lights. Fact, the Tanya and the Shulchan Aruch also represents this idea. The Tanya, which is the teaching of Chassidus, and the Shulchan Aruch, which is the Jewish law. So he's known by those two names. But what's even more powerful, in the word Schneur itself, it is in one word. The word itself indicates those two different lights. Baal HaTanya, Baal Shulchan Aruch are two separate words. But Schneur indicates that he was able to combine, to unify the Chassidic teachings together with the halachic teachings. And this was very unique with the Alter Rebbe that hasn't been done before. Because what the Alter Rebbe's ability was, in his teaching of Chassidic philosophy, to bring it down in an intellectual way, in a way that we can comprehend it. In the time of the Baal Shem Tov, the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, even the teachings of the Maggid, what they revealed was taken more on a level of faith, belief. Not so much chachma, not so much understanding. The Alter Rebbe developed a systematic approach to learning these esoteric concepts in the way of Chabad. And in fact, the name is Chabad. What does Chabad stand for? Chachma, Bina, Das. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. In other words, a systematic understanding of this concept. And that's why it is in one word. That the Shnei Or, he combined them both. And in fact, in the Shulchan Aruch, there are many halachas which are based on esoteric teachings, which are based on Kabbalah. So he combined these two lights, these two Torah revelations into one entity. And that's the strength of the Alter Rebbe. And since then, this has become the approach of all the Rabbeim in teaching Chassidus, teaching Chassidic philosophy in a way which is understood. Today, you go on the internet and you find all kinds of deep concepts explained in simple terms. So this is the Schneur, but also the name Zalman, which has in it the word Lizman, in time, that it was extremely timely for the Alter Rebbe to reveal it, and it's beyond time because it is eternal.